Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our new series, Introduction to Agni Yoga. We want to present to you today and in the following broadcastings the most important teachings of Agni Yoga. This series deals primarily with the fundamental laws governing our lives and the universe as a whole. If you want to learn more about how to practice Agni Yoga, please watch our series Experiment Immortality. Agni Yoga, in the West also called living ethics, is a holy scripture comparable only to the Bible, the Quran and the Bhagavad Gita. This book consists of 14 volumes, like this one, with some 5,000 pages. It is thus about 3 times as voluminous as the Bible, Old and New Testament put together. Agni Yoga is the spiritual foundation of the new era, the age of Aquarius, the next 2,000 years. Agni Yoga is a synthesis of science and religion. A religion on a scientific basis and a science that penetrates with new spiritual methods of knowledge into the invisible, non-material spheres. Living ethics is a philosophy that gives to everyone, regardless of his faith, an answer to the existential questions of human life, such as the meaning of life, the meaning of suffering, God, good and evil, life after death, the supermundane worlds, man's responsibility for his words, thoughts and deeds, the expansion of consciousness, psychic energy, etc. Agni Yoga is a practice of spiritual exercises that allows everyone, in what circumstances ever he lives, to lead a higher life. It is a spiritual martial art. In ancient times, the Shaolin and samurai practiced sword fighting in order to defend their bodies. Today, the spiritual warrior needs spiritual weapons to defend the life of his higher nature, his soul. Agni Yoga is a complete program for the renewal of both the individual human being and human society as a whole. James Hilton, in his famous novel Lost Horizon, tells us about Shangri-La, a remote valley in the Himalayas. There, an order of wise Mahatmas has discovered the secret of immortality and set up a culture in which people live as in paradise, without need, greed, violence, poverty and unemployment. These Mahatmas of Shangri-La, or Shambhala as we say today, really exist. They have appealed to mankind in the last 150 years with 3 major initiatives. The Russian Helena Blavatsky received 3 years of teaching and training in an ashram of the Mahatmas in Tibet. On this basis, she wrote books like The Secret Doctrine, Isis Unveiled and The Voice of Silence, which form the scientific basis of theosophy. He who reads these writings recognizes this vast knowledge did not originate from Madame Blavatsky herself. It comes from a higher source. In 1875, together with Colonel Olcott, Madame Blavatsky founded the Theosophical Society, which exists up to today and spreads the teachings of the Mahatmas. Inseparable from Madame Blavatsky and the Theosophical Society are the Mahatma letters, a unique documentation of the communication between beings of a higher order, the Mahatmas, and individual members of the Theosophical Society. These letters contain a wealth of teachings about the new worldview and its practical application, as well as about the work of the Theosophical Society. The originals of these letters are preserved in the British Museum in London, and they're available for review to everyone. The second great initiative of the Mahatmas is connected with the name of the American Francia Ladue. She received, as of 1890, from one of the Mahatmas, the teachings of the temple. These are a real holy scripture with invaluable instructions. They can be regarded as a preparation of mankind for Agni Yoga. Together with William Dower, Francia Ladue founded the Society Temple of the People in Halcyon, California. This spiritual center is still in existence today and has sections inter alia in Russia, England, France, and Germany. Finally, the third initiative of the Mahatmas was from 1921 to 1940, the handing over of the teachings of Agni Yoga to the Russian Helena Röhrig, the wife of the great painter Nicholas Röhrig. This highest knowledge ever made accessible to mankind is today being cultivated, practiced and spread by numerous Agni Yoga and Röhrig societies in many countries all over the world. If we were to try to summarize the teaching of Jesus in the New Testament with one sentence, we would probably choose "Thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself." Likewise, we can reduce the essence of the vast ocean of Agni Yoga to just one core statement. Immortal man, is this idea not worthy of the future? Or, scientifically speaking, we are infinite, not temporary. Agni Yoga paints a completely new picture of man. We are not perishable, mortal. We are eternal, immortal beings. Man should believe in immortality. He is entitled to it. It is in accordance with his nature. What is the foundation of this epochal message? All nations, the cultures of all times know man consists of two parts, of a material, visible body and a non-material, invisible soul. Our spiritual being, the soul, continues to live on after the death of the body. When one is 75 years old, it cannot fail that one sometimes thinks of death. This thought leaves me in complete peace, for I have the firm conviction that our spirit is a being of an indestructible nature. It continues to act from eternity to eternity. It is similar to the sun, which seems to go down only to our earthly eyes, but which in reality never goes down, but ceaselessly continues to shine. The body is only a transitory tool which allows the soul to appear and to act on the material level. Once it is no longer usable, it is cast off, like a worn-out coat. Just as a man giving up old, worn-out garments accepts other new apparel, in the same way the embodied soul, giving up old and worn-out bodies, verily accepts new bodies. The knowledge of the immortality of the soul is the common basis of all religions. Agni Yoga goes one step further. If man is made of an mortal and an immortal part, we should take the eternal part as our true self. We should identify with our soul, not with our body. With the visible man, we have nothing to do. He is to us only a veil that hides from profane eyes that other ego with whose evolution we are concerned. Our greatest trouble is to teach pupils not to be befooled by the outward appearances. Do not think I have a soul, but I am a soul. To know the real, do not think you have a soul, but the soul has you. It is not the man who has the soul, but the soul who has the man. By thus adjusting your consciousness, you are able to transform over time from a material mortal to a spiritual immortal being. Sometime man will become fully conscious of his own real identity, whereas he is now only conscious of a body and mind, which he mistakenly terms self. The aim of Agni Yoga is a new level of evolution, a new immortal man who creates a new world. The new man is an eternal individuality. As such, he is invulnerable, because nobody and nothing can do him any harm. Invulnerable, he is invincible. Invincible, he is entirely fearless. Fearless, he is completely free, from which results a new dignity. The new man rejoices about his death, as his soul then enters a new, higher, better world. He overcomes the material sorrows. They are vain and small from the point of view of the eternal path on which he walks.